Hi, I'm Seamless, and today is Sunday, which doesn't usually mean anything, but right now I'm doing a little addendum to the last FL Basics video, FL Studio 12 Basics video, that is, which was the playlist. And this is where we started talking about time signatures in FL Studio. A lot of people talk about FL Studio, and they reference the fact that there's no way to change the time signature in the playlist. And they're right. It's not really something that you can change in the playlist, or really, I mean, you can change it, but you can't have like more than one set in a song. You can change it by going to the project settings, and you have beats per bar and steps per beat. Now, steps refers to how many of these guys are, which by various configurations, you can set up saying, like, if I wanted 6/8, I could do that, and that's 6/8. They have 6/12, that kind of thing. And, or is it 12, whatever, some, configuration of that works out. And like that wasn't actually what that was, but you can see what I mean. You can change the configuration of what ends up being beats and how long the beats are up in here. But that's only just the one thing that you can set up there, and it's set up that way, and it stays that way. And you can't really change that per thing. However, that doesn't mean that you can't work in multiple time signatures. In fact, I mean, I haven't used any of the other DAWs that actually allow you to do this, but the method that I'm used to doesn't really seem to be that like constricting. Although I know that some people, especially the OCD among you, are gonna lose their shit over this because it basically involves ignoring the grid. So I've got Superior Drummer here so that we can kind of demonstrate this by doing some beats. So just to start off, let's imagine for a second that we have like we're doing like death metal or something, right? So we got this beat going on. Hit Control B, and my thing wasn't the right size, so it screwed up. Let's try it again, but this time with the correct sized notes. Burp, 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 burp. Maximum. Cool. So let's say I have this beat going on up in here. But now let's say that I want to switch to triplets. I could actually keep the same beat, the same pattern. And the way that I would do this, actually, let's see. There's a clever way. Let's see if the clever way works. It'd be kind of cool if it did. Oh, look at that! It does. So this is the clever way, but it's a bit weird. If you want to work with a grid that actually allows you to do this, what you need to do is you need to go to Snap. Did I just remove the pattern? No, I didn't. You need to go to Snap, and you need to change it to 1/3 step. So now instead of even divisions, we now have odd divisions. Or at least divisions that allow for triplets. So now I can actually just full on write triplets. Of course, this is going to be all wrong now. And this part's fun. Let's see. If I do it like that, that'll be wrong. That's wrong. So I have to do it like this? Yeah. So we have these two existing next to each other. Now this is still technically 4/4. This is basically just triplet eighth notes, or if you want to get super critical, that's dotted eighth, dotted 16ths, I think, maybe. But it's just triplets, which is to say that we're still in the same time signature. We're just ordering the length of eighth notes differently. There's another kind of triplets we can do. I actually just did this today with the drummer that I had in, who wanted to have this go down. We had the original 16th note pattern, and we wanted to do triplets, but we wanted to do it with that pulse, with that 16th pulse. So now this is the triplet, right? You might think, well, that obviously can't happen because that's just the division doesn't work out anymore. All that we're really going to do is we're just going to turn the grid to be only 3 beats long. You might be thinking, well, we can't change the grid. We can't do that. We're literally just going to manually do it. This is what I mean by that. Here it is. Let's see. I forgot how I counted the other one. There it is. solid. Look, it doesn't loop, it doesn't match up, it doesn't work. And over here, the pattern's about, oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh my God. And we actually, for this particular example, actually get to still use the grid because in this sense, what was once 4 is now 3. And by that, I mean, on the full, of course, I changed the first pattern by accident. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Make unique. There we go. Let's put the original back in there just for demonstration purposes. Because I want to demonstrate. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Am I still in thirds? I might be. Did I set it back? I didn't. Okay. Yeah, that's why that's weird. So we have this, and a full 4 bars of this would be the 4 bars that we see over here. But then the 4 bars of this is just 3. So and you can freely switch between it. And like this is actually something that metal bands especially do a lot. In particular, my personal favorite that I can think off the top of my head is Panic Attack by Dream Theater. If you listen to the solo section of that song, it switches the 2 instruments that solo, the electric guitar and the keyboard. When they switch up, actually, I guess they switch up themselves, don't they? Well, when the sections switch up, the progression switch up, it switches up between the straight and then. But notice that the 16th notes are the same speed the entire time. This is a particularly interesting kind of thing you can do there. And this is just an example. This is one particular example. You can build any time signature you want out of whatever you got, because a time signature, if you're not particularly familiar with the theory terms, like for example when I said 4/4, what 4/4 means is 4 beats of quarter notes. 6/8 means 6 beats of eighth notes, and so on and so forth. So when I say, for example, 5/4, that's 5 beats of quarter notes. That's a bit trickier to do with like a metal beat, but that's as simple as like instead of just like we did with the 3/4 or well the space that was in the 3/4, we just make a pattern that's 5 long, and then that's the pattern now, and then now we can just do that. And this is the part. I mean, even this, I actually kind of expected this to be a bit more off the grid, but this is the part that gets kind of weird because you are kind of ignoring what the grid's doing. And you're basically making your own grid with the patterns now. The patterns are the grid. And you can actually set this up. You can set the snap rather, on the main to have the same 3s versus 2s set up, third, 1/3, or whatever, if you want to actually write in patterns inside the playlist in the 6s. For me, personally, working with the system, it's basically the difference between even and odd. And with however long, wherever the pulses are, you build them just with the patterns. Now, I already know that the principal complaint against this is going to be, why can't we just have time signature changes? Why can't the grid shape change? And I'm pretty sure the answer to that is just the way that FL is built. It doesn't necessarily, it's not really able to do that. And that's whatever, and that's fine. That's going to be a strength that other DAWs have, that they're able to more efficiently do this with more intuitive workflow options that people who are used to working with musical terms like time signatures can understand. But it does not mean that you cannot do it in FL. It just means it's a little bit weird. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, anyway, if you have any questions about this, please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as usual, have a nice day. Man, I'm ruining my ending by doing this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. And as usual, have a nice day.